5 largest ships on Earth. Supersized container ship. To start off our search, let's head over to South Korea, where the record-breaking Hamal Hasiris was launched back in 2020. This incredible container ship can carry almost 24,000 containers on its huge deck, which measures in 1,312 feet long and over 200 feet wide. That's almost the same size as 4 football fields laid end to end. It's usually loaded with standard 8-foot containers arranged in rows of 24 across. It can transport more than 8.35 million microwave ovens, 223 million bananas, or if you prefer your comparisons with a little more soul, 386 million pairs of shoes. While all these impressive numbers make it the largest ship of its kind right now, it won't be for long. Colossal construction vessel. Often decked out in cranes, oil pipelines, and even oil rig topsides, the iconic twin hulls of the pioneering Spirit make transporting these massive loads look like easy work. At 1,253 feet long and 407 feet wide, this supersized ship is considered to be the largest construction vessel in the world. It's so huge that, if it were tipped on its side, it would be both taller and wider than the Eiffel Tower. The pioneering Spirit would have no problem hoisting up the 10,100-ton tower, because its lift capacity reaches a phenomenal 48,000 tons. In fact, it's so powerful that in 2017, it broke the record for the largest single lift at sea by removing the 24,000-ton Brent Delta platform topsides. World's widest ship. At first glance, anyone looking at this ship might be mistaken for thinking it had been sliced in half. But don't let it fool you, because this is the full size of the Ramform Titan. Though what it lacks in length, it makes up for in width. At 229 feet wide, this triangle-shaped ship has a back end, or stern, to use its nautical name, wider than any other single-hulled ship in the world. Unfortunately, its odd proportions have also earned it the title of ugliest ship in the world. Although people wouldn't call it that if they knew what all that junk in its trunk was for. The Ramform Titan is a seismic vessel used to detect and measure geological formations on the seabed. It manages this incredible feat by dragging 24 separate streamer cables lined with complex sensors over the tops of the waves. This data then builds a comprehensive 3D survey of the seabed below, the formations of which can indicate if gas or oil fields lay hidden in the deep dark depths. World's longest ship. Originally built back in 1979, this crude oil tanker underwent an extensive 2-year refitting to become the largest ship in the world. Well, its rudder weighed a colossal 208 tons, it could carry over 565,000 tons of cargo, and it reached a staggering 1,503 feet long. If it had been propped up on one end, it would have been taller than the Empire State Building. With all that size on its side, the Seawise giant could transport approximately 4.2 million barrels of crude oil at a time. For perspective, the same amount of water takes about 4 minutes to plunge over Niagara Falls. Or, for a deeper comparison, that's about 270 Olympic swimming pools filled to the brim with oil. But when it was fully laden with all that oil, it sat more than 80 feet below the waterline. This means it was so heavy it couldn't pass through the English Channel or Panama Canal, because its lack of maneuverability threatened to beach the ship on the shallow seabed. Brilliant bulk carriers. When it comes to vessels that carry non-liquid cargoes, like heavy iron ore, there's only one class of ship that really puts the ore in more. The Valormex fleet are a class of very large ore carriers owned by the Brazilian mining company Vale SA. The largest ship in the fleet, known as the MS Ore Brazil, measures in at almost 1,200 feet in length and more than 213 feet wide. This colossal steel ship has 7 separate holds which are each the size of an entire tennis court. In one voyage, it can transport 11,150 trucks worth of iron ore from Brazil all the way to China. With a top speed of just 15.4 knots, or nearly 18 miles per hour for those of you who prefer roads to oceans, it takes around 45 days to reach its Asian destination.